Greetings, I am Lies.
And I am Scandal.
And
let's play a game together.
Let's find out what's up with Lily's
Mom.
together.
This
seems to be sort of a jerk at the moment.
Yep.
And really inconsiderate, and
This is great.
I don't know. So we'll introduce Holly. We're not even going to call her Mom, it's just Holly. So that one, I guess.
I suppose. Here we go.
This is my mom, Holly. Luke. This is my mother.
Holly Roberts, are you the boyfriend? It makes sense. She never had much taste.
You are supposed to be an asshole.
She is.
Like, why does Mom have to be an asshole?
Why
Is this why
everybody
Lily has such trouble with social skills and has such a bad relationship history? Because she has, like, a really aggressive, terrible example of Mom?
I guess.
What does this add to our game?
What does this do?
Mom! Aye.
Seems like you two have some catching up to do, so I'm just gonna... Wow, he's
like,
not even gonna try.
Honestly, he doesn't have to.
No.
They barely know each other.
I understand that, but I'm also like, if you are trying to frame them as friends or be involved in some way, like romantically interested in each other, him immediately ditching seems really bad to me.
Seems a little much.
Yeah.
Again, neither of them asked about the other one on the two openings that there were to get to know us better.
Uh-huh.
Like, there was one for Lily and one for Luke, and they both just let it go right over their heads.
Yep.
And now here's a big get to know Lily if you're interested. He is not displaying any interest.
At all. Nope.
Like, zero interest signals are coming from Luke.
Yep.
But also...
And I'm not saying he needs to, like, white knight her or anything like that at all. I'm just saying, like, sometimes, though, too, recognizing, like, even if you're going, I'm trying to be somebody's friend, sometimes that thing of going, how much are you or are you not interested is also a thing of going, God, this is the drama in my life. And I've watched people go, yeah, I'm not going to deal with this. And you're like, if you can't handle me sometimes at my worst, maybe you really aren't, like, you know, committing more to... I hate to say it, queer platonic, you know, polyamorous friend, you know, queer platonic friend or whatever relationship or whatever it is.
So that one's a hard one to explain, but basically to a committed long-term friendship relationship, you know? And the thing is when I say he is showing zero interest, I mean overall interest.
Yes.
He's not showing interest in her as a person, as a partner, as a woman, as a whatever, as even a booty call. Casual
There
is no
friend.
casual or intense interest that's showing here at all. However, we have noticed that Luke seems to have troubles with women, in that he has basically said, what I'm good at with women is making them yell at me.
Yeah.
So he has had a hard time with what he considers his woman experience in his life. And in this case, he might just be like, it doesn't matter wherever I am with Lily, I can't handle another woman yelling at me right now, and if that's the way I met her, it can't go uphill from here. Like, there's nothing but downhill from here.
And you know what I think is interesting is that if that is his character experience, if that's been his life, why do we never address that? Ever?
Well, because his character isn't important. This is Lily's story, after all. Forget that Blaine's character is apparently very important. This is Lily's story.
Which is actually why I was going to be like, you are freaking kidding me.
We have learned more about Blaine at this point, in my opinion, than we have about Luke. And Luke is supposed to be our new love interest, and maybe you don't need to know anything about somebody to build a romance and a relationship with them, but as far as I believe, you do. Just saying.
Like,
at any rate, so we're just gonna let him do what he's gonna do. Yeet. No, wait.
Is she actually gonna ask for help? No, it's cool. You two must have a lot to talk about. See you later. Yeah, no, that is that was a call out for help.
Yeah.
And...
that was him noping out really hard, going, I am not available to you in that way.
Yeah, and I don't know how to be sympathetic to the fact they're going, no, build a relationship. And I'm like, this is not okay. I don't like this relationship at all. I don't like Luke with her, like, idea at all. I don't like Lily hitting on him at all. I don't like this. Like, this leaves me with no corners to turn and go, like, you're all just jerks. You're all really self-centered and have a lot of problems.
He doesn't seem like he's being a jerk here. This seems like he's doing appropriate behavior for going, I am not prepared to be in this mess and know very little about you and your mom or your life.
But again, in the framework of the story, if this is the position that he's supposed to be in, of going, I'm the deeply romantic, like, I'm supposed to be involved with you, I'm supposed to, you know, basically be a part of your life, to me, this doesn't hit that beat at all. This is a guy just going, yep, I don't care, women just gonna go have women problems now, and it ain't gonna involve me, thank you very much, because, you know, women are just like that. It's like, it's this weird cop-out, like, trope that I have seen, where people are like, yep, I'm just not gonna, you're like, Why is this a thing where people can't basically be involved or...
So what I'm coming at here is this makes sense for the character they've given us so far, but it doesn't make sense for the narrative they've pitched us for what this game is supposed to be.
Yes.
You got me there?
Okay, fair.
So for what we've seen of his character and how much they actually know each other and who he is based on what we've got on screen, as opposed to knowing this is supposed to be a romance and what, Tactile intends for this game based on what they've pitched in the App Store and in the commercials.
Yep.
What he's doing seems perfectly reasonable.
Ugh.
However, it does not make him desirable as a love interest in the sense that, not that he needs to stay here and defend her, but in the sense that he doesn't seem interested. And one thing that I like from my own love interest when I have a crush on someone, I like interest from their side.
Ah!
It's very, very
You
appealing.
like involvement. You like it when it's, sort of a thing of we're in this kind of together, this is actually...
Mutual attraction
yeah.
is my thing for me. Like, I don't do unrequited. You're not attractive if you're not attracted to me after a while. It's just, it's a thing. Like, I've never really, in my demisexual way of going, I'm only attracted to or have a chance to be attracted to people I know well, then there's also this experience of going, if the attraction is not requited, the feelings, they go away. It just
it's not fun to linger, actually, and go, maybe, and just sit there basically in constant pain and constant agony and constantly going, but perhaps it could happen. Maybe one day if I...
Okay, I will
always
argue.
Okay, so, but the thing is, hang on.
Okay.
But I was going to explain. So one of the things is, for my background, what I was raised as is being Mormon, and I'm talking regular old LDS, Latter-day Saint, bullshit,
Mormon.
where they really do pitch when you're a small child going, it will be great when your eternal companion goes away on a mission and you will wait for them for 2 years while you guys are really young and have had really relatively little experience at all in regards to the world and whatever else, but you will totally meet your eternal companion, and because you are labeled as a girl, you'll be waiting for your boy, and you have so much basically denial of experience until that happens. You have the whole anticipation thing basically fed to you from a young age that is what normal romance looks like.
And that waiting for 2 years is just good anticipation.
Or just waiting for most of your life. Your early life is normal.
For me,
go ahead.
Unrequited interest has never been painful. Period. Bar none. There's no pining in pain. There's no sadness. There's no destitution. There's no whatever. Like, I've talked to a lot of people about this. I'm going, unrequited love or unrequited attraction, unrequited sexual feelings, they don't have to be painful or uncomfortable at all.
No, not at all.
In any way, nor do they have to be a drain on you or a discomfort. And in fact, I have maintained attraction for some people that is unrequited, if you will. And let me addendamize my earlier statement, where it just kind of maintained that I continued to admire them and found them attractive, but it wasn't like a drive for a relationship. That's the part that goes away.
Which is
like,
fine.
The crush doesn't necessarily go away. The interest in a relationship goes away.
Right.
Because it's not seemingly available. And I've just never had unrequited pain in my life, and I don't think it's necessary.
And that's fine. I'm not saying that it is. I'm saying, but I totally get that trope, because that was basically fed to me as a child.
But do they tell you it's supposed to be painful and you'll just hurt and ache for him for 2 years?
Yeah, for like the way that they present it in regards to like stories and the way that they'll do media, a lot of it is like, and then she just struggled for 2 years and she waited and it was this painful, hard thing that you had to get through. Like how they imply, like they don't say it explicitly. It's one of those implicit, the way that they will show the media, the way that basically it's constructed, it looks really weird, and you realize going, it is basically a pain media of going weird. Like the suffering that you had to go through, waiting for 2 years because you were 19 years old, because you both are exactly the same age somehow, of waiting for him to come back to you and be there for it, like him, and he will be there and you'll be struggling and working so hard to come home to you, and you should be there for him on this really rough journey where you're spending, like,
my friend is having this really strong experience. I want to support you.
No, I don't know how to explain it, because
anyway.
I never thought about it much until now. Of being,
I've never had to put it into words before. All right. So anyway, that sounds like an intense thing, and I support you. But ow? Like a lot of ow. Okay, so he's gonna nope out, which is probably good boundaries for him. Lily has asked for help and been turned down, which is okay for him to say, because you can tell people no.
Yeah, you really can.
It's all right, and it doesn't mean you're an asshole because you told them no. They don't know what your reasons are, and we're not gonna gatekeep him. He can have whatever reasons he likes.
Right.
Why did you talk to him like that?
Whatever happened to the skinny one? Blair?
Did we just call Luke fat?
Yeah. I don't think that makes any sense, because, like, I'm sorry, Like, Luke has the man's skinny jeans.
I say, yeah. He also has no belly or gut that they have illustrated in any way.
Nope, not even once.
He is not dad bod. He is like average build to fit average.
Yeah, like really kind of a little bit athletic.
Blaine, we broke up like a while ago. And by that, I mean...
I am so angry at you.
I mean almost 3 weeks ago, which is a while ago. Mom, a lot's happened in 3 weeks. Because she really did break up with him at the start of this game.
She did.
And so that was almost 3 weeks ago because we're on day 22. Oh, that was 3 weeks ago because we're day 22.
Yes.
So exactly 3 weeks ago, like yesterday,
Uh-huh.
we broke up with him. A long time ago. Like a while ago.
a while ago.
Mhm.
Broke up with one loser, ran right into another, I see.
Mom, you're certainly helping the situation a lot. Do you realize how helpful all of this is? Now that you have pointed out that I just left one loser for another, I will now do everything proper in my life, and I will never make a romantic or, relationship mistake again. Thank you for that helpful advice.
Oh, great. Well, what are we up to?
Nothing. I'm trying to send you away because I told you no and you wouldn't listen.
Yeah, pretty
You're exactly like my
much.
last relationship, and you're as badly...
What is going on? She's just going to sit here and tolerate this. But I guess she kind of like, this is the thing that I'm doing. But immediately I would expect her to be like, you are leaving. If you're connected to Larry in any way, shape, or form, you are here for my money or basically the inheritance that Aunt Mary has promised me and my experience. Fuck right off.
Or if she can't do that because you often cannot say no to your parents, even if you
I know.
physiologically are capable of it. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't mean emotionally that you
doesn't
can.
mean you are emotionally or psychologically capable of it. Doesn't mean you have those energies and skills. I would just say, but she really could just be like, all right, you're here and we're doing this. So, Mom, talk to me about Larry.
Right.
Also, who the fuck's, the La Rosas? Also, who's Mr. Rich?
Right.
Talk to me. What has Larry been saying to you?
Honestly,
Come on, Mom, let's catch up.
Honestly, though, I have to really say, good on them for just flat out having a nasty character.
Yeah?
As I have to say, okay, this thing that I have complained about numerous times of going like, you guys, if you're going to write a romance story, write a romance story. If you're going to write a fetish story, write a fetish story. If you're going to write a thing, like,
if you're
just
gonna write
do
a
it.
bad guy, just write a bad
guy.
guy. And your bad guy doesn't have to lack complexity just because they're an asshole.
Uh-huh.
They just are actually an asshole.
Yeah.
Instead of suddenly having the soft spot for the one person or secretly being Mr. Dad outside of being an asshole. Just let him be an asshole.
Yeah, right.
Like, they can also be skilled at other things and be an asshole.
Just shockingly, that's what billionaires are. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh my god. You haven't met every billionaire. You don't know.
I don't need to.
And she just goes with you.
Yep. Aren't you going to ask me how I've been? Just
I-
because she's just harassing her.
How have you been, Mom?
We
As
got
I'm trimming bushes that are now
Oh,
fine.
just lovely. Thank you. I've been in Dubai for a while.
Did you go to the world's tallest building, Mom?
Hope so.
Dubai? I had no idea. Are you still with that one guy? Because you're always dating exotic foreign guys with a lot of money?
Abdul? No, that ended. Better for the both of us.
I see. Wait, Abdul. No, the other one. I guess from before that?
Darren? No, that end.
What? No, not Darren either. Mom, are you saying that you have good relationships? No, what you're doing is you're judging me for stuff that you judge yourself for, which a lot of parents do to their children.
What's going on is you've projected
You're
onto me.
projecting. I love how she just spins her glasses in her little 3D model, but they're just on her in her little drawn model.
Yeah.
Like, I'm holding them, but I'm also wearing them. I'm so extra, I've got 2 pairs. One to fiddle with and one to have on my face.
I have to also, though, really say that this woman, even for her own, potential where I clearly don't like her to begin with, is this level of where you could go, God, she must be deeply insecure.
Yes.
Actually.
I was getting that as well. Deeply insecure and very unhappy, and needs to sort of prove her value with valuable men, it sounds like.
Uh-huh, pretty much.
And also, to some degree, potentially, with the success of her daughter.
Richard, no, that ended. Better for both of us.
Again,
is that just...
Have you ever, liked anyone, really?
At all? Anyway, I'm as free as a bird now, ready for my next adventure.
In bed.
In bed. On Tuesday.
I'm just doing, the fortune cookie.
Fortune cookie.
Oh, shit, you removed all of them?
Wow.
Everything. You didn't trim it back. You didn't... I thought there was even structure under there. I thought there might have been a porch or something.
I did too.
I really did.
Whoa.
Lily, everything is gone. Yeet, just like Luke, out the door.
Uh-huh, her patron is on point right now. It's fine.
Patron, I've seen your mother. I have sympathy for you. You know what? No more of a me day. A half me day.
All right, half a me day.
Half a me day.
All right.
So, no work commitments right now, then?
Oh, I have work if I want work, but I don't.
Aye.
Is she supposed to, like, there's nothing wrong, honestly, with people going from, like, job to job to job. I can't tell what the angle is they're gonna go with that particular line, but...
Well, if she's an independent... Whoa, watch the upstairs window.
Whoa, what was
The
that?
boards load out, and then they load in. And then they load out.
and they... Oh
Ah!
my god!
So there's a ghost in this castle playing with the boards.
And it's
That's
called
pretty
my
awesome.
finger.
It's called me. I'm
Aha!
the ghost. Okay,
All right,
that was-
next.
Sorry, I'm entertained by very
Oh,
simple
you're
things.
fine.
Extremely simple things. Oh, well, hello.
And rewards. Rewards are also very entertaining.
You will have them whether you like them
Or
or
not.
I keep wondering what they'll max out at and if it's possible.
Rose
So
bushes? Oh,
let's
we were
trim house trees.
Sure.
Because I
since-
don't know where they are, and it sounds interesting. Trim house. These are house.
Are you really
trees.
just like holding your butt? Like I can't
I
tell.
think that's supposed to be hand on the hip. But
but they're like
didn't.
this.
I know.
She's like walking like this.
Yeah, that's
with
supposed
her
to be
hands like facing
on her
direct.
ass. I know.
I know. I'm like, if you're gonna do it, it's supposed to be like this. You'd have your fingers facing
They're
towards
probably
the
trying
front.
to avoid clipping
Maybe.
because maybe the model isn't that complex. All right, Mom. Is your mom wearing
Scowling?
No, just a decorative ring. Okay, wrong finger. All right.
Yeah.
Why haven't you been in touch? For the longest time, I didn't even know where you were. Or pissed off. You asking these questions? At least Dad sends me a card every couple of years. You could have at least...
Dad? You know Steve's not your dad.
I mean, it doesn't matter if he's my genetic donor. He's been raising me.
I
mean, maybe he wasn't my father, but he was the closest thing to a dad that I had. Mom.
This is broken household 101,
Yes.
but also I'm like, why does everybody
Until
who comes
you
from...
divorced him, anyway. Okay.
Aye.
So I don't need to do the divorce rant here. I need more information. But
This
this
is
very, very serious. Going on the other hand, I'm like, I like having some background for Lily here.
Right.
In reference to knowing a little bit more about our protag, who we've now spent 21 days with and know very little about.
Yep.
As well as in this case, we've also spent like 80 plus episodes with and know very little about. Even with analysis and extrapolation, we know that she's deeply insecure. We know she's been deeply abused. We know she's emotionally neglected, and Mom is confirming all of that, and also going, are we trying to write a story where she does like pull herself out of, damage and sadness and loneliness and like a lot of emotional and psychological hurt?
In just 30 days.
In 30 days, you too can recover from all your psychological childhood and relationship drama. Just play Lily's Garden. Only
What?
3 easy payments of $19.95.
Right?
All right, so until you divorced him, anyway, your mom just looks pissed about everything.
No kidding. He was slime. Worthless.
Well, he had value to me, Mom.
Oh.
Not that you would have to stay with him because of that at all, but it would have been nice,
Oh, you missed a spot.
according to whom's aesthetic. Thanks, Mom.
Also, the level of, like, criticalness is, like, right there for her being like, yeah.
She is 100% critical of Lily. Again, Blaine makes way more sense, and that she stayed with him for a really long time going, this is your mom. People often, and I'll just say this, date their parents.
Yes.
And it doesn't mean they're trying to find someone like their parents. It means that a lot of the things that are really familiar about their parents, the good and the bad, sometimes more heavily the bad, are going to be the things you're attracted to or that you find comforting and familiar in a partner.
And a lot of it is really, I would say, more about comfort. You're used to those behaviors.
Yeah,
It's
and
not that you like those behaviors. It's just that you're used to those behaviors. You go, this is how people should talk to me. This is how people should treat me.
Right, you're extremely familiar. And if you're extremely familiar with someone gaslighting you, belittling you, judging you on every little thing, if they also do other markers of stuff that is supposed to be the romantic indicators, the relationship indicators, those sort of,
things,
social, demarcations,
cues,
or indicators, cues. Thank you. I'm trying to find a smaller word, and I keep coming up with bigger words, and I'm going, dang it. Anyway, and then you can go, this feels like home and familiar, and it also has this other stuff that suggests relationship, long term. This is it. You missed a spot. Hi, thanks, Mom.
Appreciate it. You're a jerk.
Thanks, Mom. You want to get it? For me?
No, Mom is just here talking at you, trying to get her stuff.
We did destroy a patio off of it.
Oh.
So we just trimmed the patio away with our rose trimmers.
Oh my god, hardcore as fuck. Whoa.
Also, I'm just like, is that supposed to be the remnants of the patio?
I guess.
I guess. It's okay. Anyway, so we are there, and I do not like
Wow,
your
I
mom.
am intrigued, actually.
Suddenly we have some more backstory for Lily. We have some more context for her and who she is and why she is so challenged. And again, even as we've mentioned things that we don't like about Lily's personality, it makes sense based on the story they've written that she has a lot of those things.
Mm-hmm.
We might be frustrated that she is a judgmental jerk who calls the boy she says purports to like stinky. However,
and any number of other
that
things.
is the model she's apparently had. Not only does Blaine seem incredibly judgy of her and others, but this is her mother figure who was as well, and she spent very little time with her aunt. So the few people that we know that have been in her life and dominantly in her life have been a really poor example to her.
She has been perpetuating the cycle of abuse, basically. Yes.
Because she knows no other choice to make.
Yes.
And it's that thing where I've said sometimes going, Lily, I wish you wouldn't do that, and then sort of earmarked that with, but I know you probably don't know any other way.
Yes.
And so while the cycle of abuse is not acceptable and her behavior isn't excusable, it is understandable.
Yes.
And that's an important distinction of going, you can understand and sympathize with why people do things and still tell them you can't do that. But if there's no one there to actually tell them they can't learn.
I mean, they can obviously do it. It's just a thing of going like, look, you should really reconsider what you're doing because you're causing more harm in this scenario rather than basically being the good in the world that probably would like to be there.
I was going to say, without having outside input, they're going to have very little chance to change. Whether it's outside input from a book, a movie, an epiphany, that kind of thing, whether it's someone talking to them, having a friend who models things differently.
Go see a therapist. Good
a therapist, bringing a different mind in other than your own. Otherwise, your behavior can't really change.
Yes. So anyway, thank you very much, guys, then for joining us. In the next one, we're probably going to do one of these two things. So who knows? Plant rose bushes, restore the patio. We will see. So thank you for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi or Patreon. We've got some links in the description down below. Also, if you'd like to support us in another way, please feel free to share our videos. If you had a good moment or you wanted to start a conversation with somebody, that is a way to do it. Other than that, I have been Scandal.
And I have been Liz.
And it was great playing with you.
Bye!